Hello, everybody. Welcome to Servicenow beginner session. We are going to discuss a basic things on users, roles, and groups, how to manage them in ServiceNow. So these are the topics we are going to discuss: how to create users, how to create roles, how to create groups, and how you are going to add users to specific roles and groups, and how you are going to remove them. So here are the basic things. This is my PDI, personal PDI, and let's start with the process on that. So once you log into the system, this is the basic home basic dashboard which opens to everybody. And in the left navigation, you have to type users. Just go down under user administrations. You'll be having options called users. So just click on it, and you'll be seeing a few users already existing. And if you want to create a users, just click on new here, enter required details. Let me type it as demo, and let me give a first name and last name. If it is mandatory, you have to fill all those fields. Okay. And I'm giving the basic details of for the user which all are required, and just submit it. And let me set the password for this user as well. Not wrong. Yes. Okay. Gives something more. Okay. Yes, guys, we have set the password for this user, and usually we do have a auto box feature to set the password for any user as well. Like we do have, once we create the user account, we do have a option called set password here. So when you click on it, usually it will you have to click on generate, and it will be a very complex password. So just for now, I have set it manually, a simple one, and just click on generate and save it. Okay, this is how you have to set the password, which should be very unique or something like that to for more security purpose. So as this is demo user, I just created, and I just change it from my list view. And let's see, this is how we are going to create the users. And I'll also show you how the roles and groups should be created. When you type roles under user administration, you'll be seeing roles here. Similarly, when you type groups from the left navigation, you'll notice the groups under administration again, user administration again. So this is the table name where you can see in the URL itself. Here is the where users records will get saved, and user, this is the role table name, and this is the groups table names. This is user group. Okay. So coming back to roles, there are some default roles, system roles, which we all will be getting in our PDI or in our native in our systems as well. So there are different kinds of roles. How we name them, like few will be system roles, few will be custom roles, few will be read only roles and all. So if we are creating any role, that will be our custom role, and these roles which are existing are the by default one which is provided by ServiceNow. And similarly, there'll be groups also existing, default groups, but if you want, we can go ahead and create all. This will be our custom one. Before creating the roles and groups, let's start let's log in with this user and check what all user have access right now to the instance, because we haven't added any roles or groups to this user. He's just a normal user who can just log into the system, that's it. So let's try to log in, whether it will work or not, and let's see it, what kind of access the user have. I'm just logging into the incognito window. The username is demo. Okay, great. He's able to log in. User is able to log in. Just great. As it is the first time, it is just giving you some instructions how to use the instance and all. And when we click on all here, let me show you what all user have. Yeah, these are the basic things which in a ESS user will be having access to the ServiceNow instance when he usually log into the system for the first time without any specific privileges initially. So he can make use of service catalog to order some things. He can make use of knowledge. He can create the instance from here. And also these are the basic service a self-service user have will be having the access right now. So let's go back to the original instance now. And see, here it is like right now the user doesn't have any roles and groups, so we'll be talking about how to create and roles and groups now. So just click on new button, go to the roles table and click on new here. Good choice. You always maintain a naming conventions, something like this, starting with you underscore, which really represents easily that it is a custom role under something. Okay, we can give this, and yes, the application will be global because we are just creating the roles users in global scope only. As of now, we are not implementing any other specific scope applications right now. So just submit this role. The role will be created. Sorry, let's go back to the list view and let's see whether the role has been created or not. I'm just keeping the table name here so it will directly go to the roles table. Okay, so I'm not sure. This is our role which we created. Okay, here it is. Once the role is created, yeah, this is how it looks, and you'll be getting all the related links down here. This is now I can call it as a parent role. If you want to add any specific roles under this, we can add it just using the edit button here, or you can create it. No, so all the roles will which will be added here will be considered as a child roles. Means if we add any user to this particular role, automatically the child roles also will be given to the specific user. Okay, it is specific to application roles, and we can talk more about this during if we are creating any specific applications, scoped applications, and all. Uh, so this is how we can see. And coming back to the groups, let me create a group as well here. Okay, let me give us demo group. Usually in the our original instances in the companies and all, these fields will be most probably like mandatory, which we need to fill. Even the manager as well, we can give any random manager accordingly. uh, okay, if I click on submit, it will directly go to the previously loaded page. So instead of that, I'm just clicking on save here, so that the page will be landing on the same uh, page again instead of going back to the list view or something like that. So once here, now you can see the group is created. We do have different you can see the different related links down here now. Right now the demo group doesn't have any specific roles or group members, everything. Okay, so this is how you create a role, this is how you create a demo, groups and all. So right now none of them have any specific access. So let's discuss how we are going to directly add roles to a specific user. Now we have already created a role here, and let's see if I'm giving. Yeah, I can do it in two ways. Either you can add role from the user record, or you can add user from the role also, by adding by clicking on users any related list. So coming back here, I'm providing you the ITL role. which is a basic out of box role which I can see, which is provided by ServiceNow. This ITL role will give user all the basic ITL access, which is related to instant problem change and many other reports and all, where he can see and access those particular modules. And just click on save now. Yes. See, you can see that user got these many roles. It means like we have just added ITL. You can see the inherited is false here and remaining all inherited is true. It means all other roles has been inherited from ITL role. Okay, this is the basic role which we have just given, and this ITL have some specific child roles I can see. So the user has got all other child roles as well, dependent roles as well. Now let's see how the user access has been changed. Let me log out and log in back, because the refresh, while logging in itself, the system calculates what kind of roles the users have and all, and it will display the things for that user accordingly. I'm just logging out from this user and we'll log in back again. I took to the different page. Let me go back to the normal page. I don't want to go like this. Fine. Other than self-service, now you might be seeing many other applications such as instant problem change, few configuration CMDB here. It's a PDA. Okay, we can configure or customize many things which we need to restrict or which we need to provide more access for ITL, and or it's all in our hands right now. So these are the applications which user has got with the ITL rule, where he can view the instance, he can create the instance, or he can create the problem, everything from here. And of course, inside that, user will not be able to edit the details, because he has to be part of some specific groups and all as well, usually. So now he got all the ITL related access as well. So this is how we usually directly assign a role to the user. But uh, it the thing is, like, it's not a good practice to add a role directly to the user. The best practice is always will be like, adding the roles to the particular group and then add the users to that particular group. So this is how we are going to do it. So it's not a best practice, but if in case of some exceptions or something like that, we can go ahead. But the best practice is like add the role to the specific group and add the users to that groups directly. So let me show you how we are going to add a role to the specific group now. So once we are on the demo group page, you have to go to the roles here. Whichever you wanted to add it, you can add it, but here I'm just adding the demo. Yeah, this is the role we have created, and click on save. You can see once you refresh, the role has been added to under this group. And I can also notice when you refresh this users page, uh, yeah, it's still ITL only. We didn't added the user to the group yet, yes, right? So this is how we add any particular roles to the groups and all. We can add many other roles as well. It depends on the requirement. And coming back to, you can add users to that particular group via this particular related list. Just go to group members, click on edit, enter the username, click on save now. So you can see the user has been added to that particular group. And you also, when you refresh it, the page, you're seeing 36 roles now. So you can notice that demo user is also added to this user's roles list. This list, this has been inherited. You can see it as inherited. Okay, so let me show you more details clearly here. You can clearly see from which group it has been assigned to that user. Yes, granted by. Let me see. Included in role. Let me add all this. Okay, I feel it has to show a granted by. I means it has been granted by the demo group, right? So maybe it is a PDI, and the first instance we may have to set up. We have to do a custom implementation here, so that such that it shows that the demo group has been inherited from or has been granted by this group actually. So this is how we can notice how the groups has been, how the roles has been inherited to the users and all. Uh, so So yes, right now we are done. How to create users, roles, and groups, and how to add the roles to the users directly. How to add the roles to the groups, and how to add users to the groups as well. So this is all we have done. And coming back to this, we have to remove the roles and specific roles or users from the group. So this is pretty simple. Again, just go back to the group, go to the group members, click on edit, and you can remove specific users from the group list to remove their access back. Similarly, you can remove roles also from the same page. Yeah, this is how we have to add the users or remove the specific things from the users roles and groups tables. So this is a basic scenarios which we work. And one more thing I would like to tell you is, like, usually we don't create all the user details in the system manually. The employees or the contractors. I mean, I'm telling in the real time experience in IT companies, all the real time employees or alternative workers who is working in that company will be inherited into the ServiceNow system via some integration with this from the upper streams, or I can say from the other applications, upper streams in the sense like identity management. Most of the IT companies will be managing the users from the IAM only, like where the SSO has been enabled to the users. So all the employees and the contractors will be coming into the users table via integration for sure. This is in real time experience I'm telling, in the real time scenario. But the uh, we may have to create users specifically in particular scenarios, like, to integrate means in case of any integration we have to create some particular user and provide that access to the users, like, or in case of mid server installations, if you want to create some server in the system and we have to create a mid server in our service now system, it should have some specific account. So in such cases and all, we will be creating users manually. So this is how we manage, but in real time experience, but all the employees and alternative workers will always be created in the system via IAM itself. Okay, and this is how we manage the users roles and groups. I hope you got these details and help you in in few scenarios. And yeah, we are done with the topics for this session, and we'll continue with the other sessions with uh, other topics as well. So I hope everything you got the details, and I would request you to subscribe our channel Service Now Beginners, and you'll be getting more interesting and basic things which you can learn from on the Service Now. Just subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever a new video has been posted. This. Thank you, everyone.